Hello friends, welcome to daily answer writing session being presented by India4IAS Team. So in this video we are going to study about the approach to the answer of day 1 question on polity. So we have shared detailed schedule of the daily answer writing session for the next upcoming 15 days. The schedule contains the details of the topics for next upcoming 14 days or 15 days. So in this answer writing session we are going to provide every day one question for from Monday to Friday. On Saturday, we will be providing one essay question, essay topic. So for that, you have to write answer. This program builds discipline in answer writing every day. So every day you can write one answer, and in every week you can write one essay topic, which you can get evaluated by your mentors in the academy. The question posted for the day 1 is as follows. Discuss the significance of the Government of India Act 1935 in the framing of the Indian Constitution. How did it influence the constitutional framework? So, this question is for 15 marks and the word limit is 250 words. So, this question it falls under GS2 paper of mains Indian polity and constitution. Indian polity and constitution. The subtopic is historical background. Historical background. So, in this historical background, we will be studying about the constitutional developments in India from Regulating Act till Indian Independence Act. So, that is called as historical background to the Indian Constitution. Now we will discuss about the approach to the previous question that we have gone through. So in this video, we are going to discuss only about the approach, how we should write the answer to the question, not the detailed answer. Okay. So in the introduction, we should briefly introduce the Government of India Act 1935 and its importance in the context of pre-independence Indian governance. So that is introduction. So apart from that, we can also write the context in which the Government of India Act has been introduced. So we can choose alternative introductions, either writing the importance of Government of India Act 1935 or the context during which it has been introduced. So coming to the body, main body, what we should write the content in the main body. We can start answer by writing or outlining the main features of the Government of India Act 1935, such as the federal structure that has been provided in the Government of India Act 1935, the provincial autonomy features, and the establishment of Reserve Bank of India. So these are the some of the main features that are being provided in the Government of India Act 1935. So by writing those provisions, we can introduce the answer. We can start the answer. The question particularly asks about the significance of the Government of India Act 1935 in framing the Indian Constitution, right? So now we will discuss the influence of the Government of India Act 1935 on Indian Constitution. So in the first point, we can write the federal structure. Federal structure means how the Government of India Act 1935's federal principles such as division of power between the center and provinces and other federal principles which influenced the designing of the Indian Constitution, that we should write. Then in the next second point we should talk about the provincial autonomy. So the Government of India Act 1935 it provides provincial autonomy to the Indian provinces. So these the same principles has been followed while allocating the powers and responsibilities to the states in independent India. So that we should write in provincial autonomy. Then coming to the third point, we should talk about administrative changes. So in administrative changes, the Government of India Act 1935 it provided for Provincial Services Commission and the Federal Services Commission. So in the same way, the Independent India it also introduced at the union level, Union Public Service Commission, and at the state level, State Public Service Commissions. And most of the administrative features which were there in the Government of India Act 1935, they have been borrowed with or without a little change in the Indian Constitution. So, in the federal structure, one more feature that has been borrowed from the Government of India Act 1935 is bicameral legislature. the Government of India Act, it also provided bicameral registration. The same has been followed in the Independence India in the Constitution. So, for example, we have Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So, this is a bicameral legislation. So, then the fourth point is about judiciary. Government of India Act, it provided federal court. So, in the same way, the independent India, the Constitution of the independent India, it provided for the Supreme Court. So, this Supreme Court, it has more powers in comparison to the Federal Court of the Government of India Act 1935. So, in the next part of the answer, we should highlight the impact of the Government of India Act on the constitutional framework of the independent Indian Constitution. Then also we should highlight the some of the limitations and the deficiencies which were there in the Government of India Act 1935, and how the Constitutional Assembly overcome these limitations and modified those limitations to suit the needs and aspirations of the independent India's population. So we should then conclude the answer by summarizing the significance of the Government of India Act 1935 in shaping the Indian Constitution. So this is all about the detailed framework for the day one question. So this is about approach. So what we have discussed is approach to write an answer to the day one question. It is not answer. So we hope that all of you will follow the approach and you will write the answer for the day one question. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video, that is in discussing the approach to the day two answer. Till then, happy learning and happy answer writing.